It was a calm summer afternoon in 1892, when the people of Bath looked up at the sky and saw frogs, not clouds, not rain, frogs, hundreds of them falling from above like a living storm. No one could explain it. There was no rainstorm, no river had burst, just toads plopping down from nowhere. But was this a freak accident of nature, or something older, stranger, and far more sinister? Toad rain wasn't an isolated event. It's been reported for centuries across the UK, from the industrial streets of Birmingham to quiet coastal towns in Wales and the Highlands. Sometimes it was frogs, sometimes toads, sometimes fish, but always the same story, creatures falling from a clear sky with no warning and no storm to blame. Witnesses described the animals as alive, unharmed and wriggling. To the superstitious, and there were many in Victorian England, this wasn't just strange, it was a definite sign. The most logical explanation? Waterspouts. These rare tornado-like columns of air can form over ponds or lakes, sacking up small lightweight creatures, frogs, fish, even eels, then releasing them miles away when the vortex collapses. This would explain why the creatures often fell far from any water. But some reports challenge even that. Many say the skies were clear. No wind, no rain, just frogs. So what else could it be? In ancient times, frogs falling from the sky weren't explained, they were feared. In the book of Exodus, frogs were the second of the 10 plagues cast upon Egypt, a sign of divine wrath, punishment from above. So when frogs rained down on an English village, it wasn't just curious, it was terrifying. To the average 19th century citizen, this meant judgment, disease, or a curse. Farmers blamed it on sin, priests warned of moral decay, and in more rural corners, they blamed someone else entirely. For centuries, toads have been linked with witchcraft in British folklore. Witches were said to keep toads as familiars, spirit guides in animal form that helped them cast spells, brew potions, or curse the innocent. In witch trials across East Anglia, women were accused of nursing toads or keeping them hidden in their homes. A toad in this world wasn't just an animal, it was a demon in disguise. Some spells even required burying a live toad in a bottle to bring misfortune to an enemy, or summon unnatural weather. Even Shakespeare knew the toad's dark reputation. In Macbeth, the witches stir a bubbling brew of eerie ingredients: eye of newt and toe of frog, wool of bat and tongue of dog. This wasn't just fantasy, it was folklore. Shakespeare was mocking real magical recipes, where toads were dried, powdered, and used in everything from love spells to death curses. Some believed toads had magical stones inside their skulls, toadstones, which could detect poison. They were worn by kings and feared by commoners alike. In the 16th and 17th centuries, witch trial records in England and Scotland frequently mention toads as demonic agents, especially in East Anglia during the height of Matthew Hopkins' witch hunts. Dried toad skins, toad bones, and toad venom were believed to cure illnesses, curse enemies, create love potions, or bring visions. Toad powder was even sold in apothecaries under various Latin-sounding names. Frogs and toads live both in water and on land, making them liminal creatures, beings that cross boundaries. This made them powerful symbols in witchcraft for transformation, rebirth, and necromancy. Their sudden appearance, especially falling from the sky, was seen as a supernatural omen, often of death, plague, or dark magic. Certainly, the connection between frogs, and especially toads, and witchcraft is centuries old, deeply rooted in folklore, superstition, and even early medicine. Here's a clear explanation of why frogs became symbols of magic, fear, and the supernatural. In early modern Europe, especially in England and Scotland, toads were believed to be familiars, animal-shaped spirits that served witches. These creatures were said to be demons in disguise, sent to aid witches in casting spells, cursing victims, or gathering information. Witches were often accused of feeding toads their own blood, or hiding them in secret boxes, a detail that appears in many witch trial records. Frogs and toads became icons of witchcraft because of their strange appearance, mysterious behavior, and liminal nature. They were seen as both magical tools and sinister omens, creatures that blurred the line between the natural and supernatural. We may laugh now, we may point to waterspouts or odd weather, but deep down, when frogs fall from the sky, we still shiver, because somewhere in our ancient memory, we remember. Frogs don't just fall, they arrive, as a warning, as a sign, or as something darker still. Thank you so much for watching. It truly means the world to me that you've spent your time here. I hope you enjoyed the journey, and if you did, don't forget to leave a comment, give it a like, or share it with someone curious like you. Take care, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.